we've talked about the healing, we've talked about that level of work that we internally had to do. So then how did you take that to address those pain points, and what did that look like?
Yeah, the pain points and just the vulnerability of it, like both sides, your community, a rural community, and then also you have this, cohort that you're building relationships with. And so you have to bring the information to the cohort to say, I am experiencing this difficulty, that, um, my community does not think that racism is an issue. They don't feel like that there's an issue with people being segregated because, of their color. Like, we're colorblind here. Like, so how do I communicate that? How do I communicate to, somebody in power that calls people illegal? And so, and really like being this like sponge to the people that have experiences and understand, gathering that information and almost becoming a translator to your own community because you know it so well, of like, how can I make sure that I'm seeding this, really deep and watering it well, and they'll listen to me, but at the same time, it will stick versus like being shut out. So it was a matter of like, and dealing with I don't know, like internally too, of like, okay, you have to think about, all the experiences that you've had and try to look at what your prejudice is and everything else. Anyway, I think that ultimately you really have to dissect it, like, some people at a time, and your relationship with your community is really what you're vulnerable with. And say, you open up your heart and say, well, this is an education piece that I think that you guys should be involved in, learning about, redlining or whatever. I mean, I had leaders that didn't know what redlining was. I had individuals that were just mortified of when I would talk to them about an education piece that came from the cohort. Like, they just didn't know. And so ultimately it's just those little tiny bites giving your community, and the hope is that they will start thinking a little bit more clearly or just more holistically about why we're centering in racial equity.